Hi, welcome to the Great Margarita Hunt and our El Grito celebration. We are celebrating Mexican Independence Day, a great reason to celebrate for those people in Mexico. Hello to all of our friends who are having a reason to celebrate today. We're going to celebrate with you, and what we're going to do is use the produce, the fruits and an avocado, vegetables from Mexico, and use them to make 3 different types of margaritas to celebrate the flag, the Mexican flag, with the green, the white, and the red. So we're going to have an avocado margarita, we're going to have a dragon fruit or pitaya margarita, and we're going to, and a lime margarita. The lime is the white margarita in the middle. So we're going to have the red, white, and green, and we're going to enjoy this. So let me show you the fruits and the vegetables we're going to use over here. So here is our dragon fruit or our pitaya, and we're going to show you how we are using that, and we're going to actually add strawberries to that to help get that red flavor, that red color. And then we're going to use our limes to have the white. When we mix that up, it'll be white. And then we're going to use the avocados to make an avocado margarita. I actually did this in the wrong order with a little bit of the coconut milk. And we're going to use our Don Fulano Silver Blanco, and we're going to use the Volans Reposado to make some of these margaritas today. So we are on the hunt for the very best margarita in the world, and we're always inviting you to come along with us. Comment below if there's a place where we can find a really great margarita that you know about, and if you're the one that makes the great margarita, comment below and tell us. We're going to invite you to come on and show us how to make it. So let's get started. All right, so the first one we're going to make is our avocado margarita, and I'm going to pull up one of these avocados we put to the side. I'm going to say, this is a small avocado, and so what I did was I went ahead and peeled it and just cut it in half. Let me show you over here at the side. So, you know, typical, you just cut it and peeled it and then took the pit out, and we're going to use half of that for this margarita. And I tried to figure out, you know, how to tell you how much that is. I'm going to say it's roughly, but it's kind of hard to get that exact because of the size of the avocado. All right, so we're going to make this avocado margarita. We're going to blend it. It's going to hopefully be a little bit like, not hopefully, it's going to be like a smoothie, but we're going to mix it up in our blender, and we're going to add a little bit of ice just to make sure it's chilled. And so I'm going to start off with this half of a avocado. Let me go ahead and show you the recipe. All right, so we're going to have 2 ounces of the Blanco Tequila, 2 ounces of the Reposado Tequila, 1 ounce of Orange Liqueur, a 1/3 cup. Now, I'm saying half of an avocado is about a 1/3 cup. And then 3/4 ounce of coconut milk, and then a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice, and a 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice, and 2 ounces of agave syrup, and 2 cups of ice. So it's a lot of ingredients, isn't it? But, you know, it's a little bit like making guacamole with margarita that we're going to enjoy and drink. So I already put my half of my avocado in there, and now I'm going to add the tequila. Whoops, I did it again. I loosened this up before you got here, before y'all joined me, so I could do this. Okay, so 2 ounces of this Blanco Don Fulano. A little more here. Okay, and then we're going to use 2 ounces. It smells really good. Like, you can drink this. I was, La Tequila Mamacita told us when we met with her last week that we could drink it. That was sipping tequila, and she's right. And 2 ounces of this Volans Reposado. Now, we're using both of these. This is like I said, it's a very smooth margarita. I've had different ones in different locations over the years. They've not always been my favorite, but I liked the combination of the Reposado with the Blanco, and I'm hoping that's going to be what makes a difference to really like this. Okay, and then 1 ounce of the Orange Liqueur. We're going to use the Cointreau. It's our good standby. Let me see. Here we go. 1 ounce. And then we're going to use, let's see, a 1/3 cup of the avocado, which I already told you I already put in the half of an avocado, 3/4 of this coconut milk. Now I've already put it in here so that I can see that. Let me use this other little jigger. So this is just straight out of the can. Now, I'm trying to think, what else am I going to do with it? I'm planning to make some fish with the coconut milk and lime juice. We'll tell you later how that turns out. We're not the cooking show for food, but I was like, I got this whole can of coconut milk. What else am I going to do? And then, let's see, 1/2 ounce of the lime juice. Let me get that. And right here, got a lot of these going on. This is our fresh squeezed only lime juice, of course, and then 1/2 ounce of the lemon juice. And I'm squinting because I didn't put my glasses on because I thought I could do this without that. Now, I've been trying this out a lot more lately where I put lime juice and lemon juice, fresh squeezed, in the margarita and looking at that blend to see if I like that better. 2 ounces of the agave syrup. Now, here's this, 2 ounces. That's a lot, but I'm going to see, I was thinking it might need this. I'm using agave nectar, agave syrup would work as well. And we're going to see if I'll let you know if it's too sweet. But with that coconut milk, I thought it needed some extra sweetness in there as well. And then I'm going to add in my ice to blend this up. Now, we've been playing, let's see. This is going to be loud. I got this little scooper thing thinking that would work, and it doesn't work as well as my big cup I was using before. But let me try it. See, I was trying to use these official tools, and that may not have worked as well. Let me know if you've ever celebrated Mexican Independence Day before. And if so, where are you and what did you do? And what did you do to celebrate? I mean, we're celebrating with margaritas, of course, but I was watching online earlier, other people celebrating. It looks like they're having a good time. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's loud. Shouldn't take too long to have it mixed up. And if I wanted that to be more slushy, like a frozen margarita, I might add more ice, but I want to keep this just like it is because I want those flavors and I want the creaminess. So this is how I want to try this. You know what? I forgot to put that lid on. We'll be using that again here in a moment. Okay, let me move this back out of my way. So we're going to first start with this avocado margarita. I'm excited to see what this is going to be like. I'm going to put, maybe I'll just put it on half of it here. So I'm trying to think, well, when I make guacamole, what do I put in? And I put in a lot of things in my fresh guacamole. Do you like guacamole? So this, I'm guessing this would go well with it. Let's see how this is going to go. So did y'all hear that ice? The ice is in that. All right, I'm going to wait though because we're building our Mexican flag. So this is our green margarita that we're going to go with. And now the white one. The white one should be a little easier for me. It's our regular, just basic lime margarita recipe. Let me show you that. So here we go. It's 1.5 ounces of tequila. We're going to use the Blanco today, 1/2 ounce of the Orange Liqueur, 3/4 ounces of fresh lime juice, fresh squeezed only, and 1/2 ounce of agave syrup. And I'm just going to use that. Let me go ahead and put this over here. I'm going to just use my shaker for that. Regular basic margarita, can't go wrong with that, can you? I'm going to go ahead and put some ice in. We're just going to have shaky here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some ice, different kind of ice in my glass. I've been trying to use more of this smaller pebble ice to when I make my cocktails, so just for appearance also. But I like using ice and crunching it up when it's gone and enjoying all of it. A good friend of mine, she always drinks her margaritas on the rocks, and when the server comes back to take it back, she's always like, leave my ice. And she keeps adding the ice to it. She just likes to do it that way. I've never had anyone else do that. That's a shout out to Chris. That's what she likes to do. Okay, so I've got my ice in here. This Don Fulano Blanco, we're going to put this on. Let's see, this is going to be 1.5 ounces. Right to the top there. Just the other side to get the half. There we go. Oh, it does smell good. And then 1/2 ounce of this Orange Liqueur. We're going to use the Cointreau. I'm going to need another bottle. There we go. 1/2 ounce of the Orange Liqueur and 3/4 ounce of the fresh lime juice. Fresh squeezed only. So I'm going to do that, 3/4. There it is. All right, and now the fun part. Here we go. We're gonna add that agave syrup. There we go. Here we go. We're gonna add the agave syrup, half ounce of the agave syrup. Now, you know, some people don't add the agave syrup, do they? I really like that little bit of sweetness, but I play with the amounts of it. Sometimes it's a 1/4 ounce, sometimes it's a half ounce, sometimes it's different amounts, but here we go. Now, here's the fun part. We're gonna shake it up, and then I was gonna put ice in that glass. Okay, so let me put some ice in this glass. My ice is already melting. It's melting. Uh-oh, may not have enough of this. There we go. But that's okay. It'll be happy with this. Perfect for Mexican Independence Day, this El Grito celebration. Now, I know it's not perfectly white, but we're gonna go with that as our white. Here, let me put these in the right order. This will be our green for our flag. This will be our white, and now we need our red. So let me put this to the side just a little bit. Red now is going to be this pitaya. This is the dragon fruit that we showed you earlier. Here's it. I mean, it's interesting. It does look a little bit like a dragon. Looked at, there's red ones and white ones. If they're soft, if you can press on them a little bit, that's when it would be ripe. And so this is what it looks like when it's a red one inside. The white ones are white, very much like a kiwi. A lot of the seeds and everything. And so what we're gonna do, did you see that? Okay, they're fighting back now. I'm not sure what that was about. It's live. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to use this. I'm going to muddle this. So I'm going to take this half of this pitaya. Let me see, and show you the recipe. Let me show you this recipe. I'm going to actually cut this in half once I get it in the cup. So it's, are we showing, do I have the recipe up? Okay, so it's half of a red dragon fruit, which is the half of a pitaya, 3 fresh strawberries, 1 ounce of fresh lime juice, 1 ounce of orange liqueur, and 3 ounces of tequila. So I'm using 3 of these strawberries I showed you earlier, already cut up. Well, I didn't already cut them up. I'm going to cut them up real quick. I'm just going to cut them in half. These were very ripe, which is what you want when you're going to mix things up. You don't want to be, or you could always blend it and use simple syrup too. But in this case, I decided to use this dragon fruit. This pitaya was very ripe already. These strawberries are very ripe, so they should muddle really well together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just squish them up a little bit, just a little bit, and then I'll add the rest of the stuff. I want to mix this up. Yeah, it's going to be fine. So let me go ahead and get my tequila in there. We're going to use the, here we go. Where did I go with this? We're going to use 1 ounce, no, 3 ounces. Here we go, 3 ounces of this tequila. We have 3 recipes. I'm trying to keep track of it. 3 ounces. Again, this Don Fulano is going to make a beautiful Pitaya Margarita. 3. I hope it's just as red as I'm hoping it's going to be. So 3 ounces of the tequila. I'm going to use 1 ounce of the fresh lime juice. Here it is. 1 ounce of fresh squeezed only. I know I say that every time. It's because I'm trying to stress it. I keep seeing these recipes where people are using margarita mix. No, we don't want to do that. And then 1 ounce of this orange liqueur, which Cointreau is an always good one to go to. And here we go. Here's the 1 ounce. Yum. Now, I'm going to mix this up a little more so that they're all happy with each other. Get that strawberry happy with the pitaya and also with the tequila and the orange liqueur. Now, this is another one that I might even consider leaving and putting it in my refrigerator for a while and then coming back. It would be good. It'd be very flavorful. But we're gonna try it just like this. Okay. So now let me get some ice in here so we can shake this up. Let's see if this little thing is not working in here. Okay, here we go. Oops. All right, that's plenty. And I wanted to put some ice in my glass. That's why I didn't have this. Now, my ice in here has gotten too small for me now. Where did I put my glass? And I'm not going to put anything on the rim for this. For the dragon fruit, I couldn't figure out what I want on here until I tried. So I'll let you know when we're done what I would try for a rim. Not sure, sweet? because for strawberries, sometimes I would use sugar. So I wanted to try this first. Okay, so now let me shake this up. All right, so this is the red for our Mexican Independence Day margaritas and the green, white, and red flag. All righty. Now I've had prickly pear, dragon fruit margaritas before. Different kinds of fruit that I don't normally buy. Oh, I did it again. Here, let me just use my strainer. That's easier. That I've tried at the store. This was the first time I'd ever tried dragon fruit or pitaya, fruit straight from the fruit. And I cut it to make sure it was right before we started recording and realized, oh, that was actually pretty good. I may even like it better than kiwis. I kind of like kiwis. I like them usually when they're cold, but certainly when they're very juicy. Okay, so let me see what we've got going here. I've got all these things mixed around. My pretty happy tequila. All right, so here we go. We have our green, our white, and our red margaritas to celebrate Mexican Independence Day. This is our El Grito celebration, and so we'll start in that order to try it. Let's go with the avocado one. Now first I'm going to try the side without the salt. Very much like a smoothie here. Wow, that is so different from what I thought it was going to be. Let's see if I can describe this to you. I might have blended it a little more because the ice in here, I can still get the ice a little crunchy on it, but the chill on it's perfect. Let me try it with the salt a little bit. So I taste the avocado, but it's not too strong. If you wanted a lot more avocado, you might have used more avocado. The coconut milk is making this more creamy. I like it with the salt, but not too much. And so I think, let me try this again. I really enjoy this tasting with you. This is important that I get to give it to you correctly here. You know, this is surprising to me. I'm going to give it a 3 on our scale of 5. 5 being the very best I've ever had, 4 being a really good margarita, 3 being a good margarita that I would enjoy with food, and then 2 being not a very good margarita, not very good at all, and 1 being horrible. We don't even want to talk about it. So I would give this a 3. I think it's surprising, I guess. It's going to take a while. I think I might play with the, I'm not sure what, to tell you the truth. It's just very different. And so I'm going to have to come back and have another sip here in a minute. And see, I like it better as I sip on it. Now, that's kind of funny, isn't it? But I do tend to, it takes a while. The flavors are a very different blend. So the avocado is just not as strong as I thought. If you don't like guacamole, you're probably not going to like this. But if you like a creamy, smooth cocktail, this is something worth trying. I would definitely use that blend with those different flavors going in. The avocado, I think the coconut milk helps make it smoother. And then with the lime juice and the lemon juice in there, I think I like all of those things in there. I can taste it. It blends well. So anyway, very different. You can tell, right? I'm not going, it's the very best in the world, but I don't want to tell you I don't like it. It's growing on me. So now let's go to our basic lime margarita. This is the standard. This is what we want to try. This is what you can always go to for any reason. Don't have to have a celebration to enjoy this. Yeah, and that's just perfect. It's just your perfect go-to margarita. That is a safe, basic recipe. We'll put it in the description down below so you can get it. I like this. On the rocks, I think this is a really good margarita. Now, I put the agave in it that not everyone likes as much as I do, but I like this. I like that. Good 3.5. I would say 3.5 for a margarita. Now, here's the one I've been waiting for all day. This is the Pitaya, the dragon fruit margarita, the red in the Mexican flag. This has the strawberries too. We put the strawberries in. I think that's why we have it. It's a little more red than it might have been. Here we go. Okay, now that is completely different from what I was expecting. Let's see. I want something else sweet in here. If we make this again, we will add some agave to it for me, for my taste. The taste on this by itself has a little bit more tartness to it than I was expecting. On a kiwi, I was thinking, because I tried a little bit of the flesh of this a dragon fruit, and I think it by itself was a little sweeter than this. And the strawberries that we added, they were sweet as well. I'm going to say that, now we added, remember, the Reposado on this one as well. So I think it's the combination of things. Now maybe that's it too. So I'm going to tell you this. We're going to try this again someday. We'll probably try it with just the Blanco and a little bit of agave, and that will be, but it's a very mild flavor. So this is not coming in strong at all. It looks like a very strong, dominant kind of fruit, doesn't it? But it's coming in here very, very mild, with the strawberry maybe leading it a little bit. And this is a whole half of a dragon fruit. So I would think this is a very interesting combination. Probably still give it a 3. Yeah, it's definitely not bad. It's not bad. It's just one of my favorite combinations. But for Mexican Independence celebration, for our El Grito celebration, I like the idea of having the green, the white, and the red. If I was redoing this for our friends, I would add a little bit of agave to this, and maybe just even a little bit more of the fruit, maybe another strawberry, a little bit more of this, but definitely I would add some more agave to it, or some agave to it, and I might just go with the Blanco. This basic margarita, this is perfect just the way it is. And this avocado one is going to grow on me here. I'm going to keep drinking this while you continue the hunt with us. Let us know down below where we can find a great margarita. Thank you for celebrating with us today. The hunt continues.